Welcome to ACDP Beacon Summarizing. Located at 401 W 164 TH Street, Room 102A, New York, NY 10032. Monday, Friday, 8 a.m.-4:00 p.m. Our cause is for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Our Beacon program reflects these values and is designed for our camp participants to grow physically, mentally, and spiritually within a safe, fun camp environment. Our staff is trained to act as an aid as they lead your child through challenging activities that will help them grow developmentally. Beacon is designed to meet the following goals that are established for these three causes. Each camper will grow personally, learn values, improve personal and family relationships, appreciate diversity, become better leaders and supporters, develop specific skills and assets, have fun. All campers are mandated to attend first week of camp, which consists of an orientation of camp, everyday items for camp, what to bring to camp. Each day your child will need to make sure that they have the following for the day. Please make sure all items are labeled with your child's name. Backpack, water bottle, closed-toed shoes to wear, extra change of clothes, towel, sunscreen, closed-toes water shoes, example Crocs. Items not allowed. What to leave at home. All electronics, including MP3 players, PSPs, iPods, cell phones, tablets, laptops, DSS, any handheld gaming consoles, toys, pets. Plastic bags are not allowed. No tank tops, miniskirts, sleeveless tops or short pants. No flip-flops allowed. No glass bottles. The Beacon is not responsible for lost or broken items. Face coverings in schools. Everyone entering a building is required to wear a mask facial covering during the entire time they are in the building, consistent with New York Executive Orders 202.17 and 202.34. Those staff may not report to work if they feel sick or have a fever. The mandatory use of face coverings while on NICDO property is for all individuals, including staff, students, and essential visitors, with the exception. NICDO and CBOs should communicate, educate, and reinforce the requirement of wearing face coverings with families engaged as full partners in this process. Exceptions to face covering usage are as follows. Medically verified students who cannot tolerate a face covering, including where students' face coverings would impair their physical or mental health. Where the use of face covering is inappropriate considering the development level or age of the student, for example, under 2 years old. Guidance and policies will account for any modifications to social distancing or PPE that may be necessary for certain student or staff populations, including individuals who have hearing impairment or loss, students receiving language services, and young students in early education programs, ensuring that any modifications minimize COVID-19 exposure risk for students, faculty, and staff to the greatest extent possible. Nurse hotline for consultation if they have questions regarding a requested face covering exemption. All personnel and students will consent to mandatory periodic COVID-19 testing to participate in summarizing. Student consent can be obtained through the Discover Guide application. Providers can access the form in multiple languages in the document library. DO staff will consent through the school, and CBO staff will provide consent through a data survey that will be provided before the beginning of the program. Vaccination is not required to participate in summarizing. Vaccinated staff and students will still be required to consent to COVID-19 testing. Pick-up drop-off procedures. Children may be dropped off between 8 a.m. and 8:30 am. Please notify camp director in writing whenever there is a change in escort. Children must arrive on time and must go through a health check each morning according to the Department of Health guidelines. If you are unavoidably detained, please call 795-9511 to let us know that you will be late to pick up your child. It can be worrisome for a child when the parent caregiver is late. We would like to be able to explain the situation to the child. child. Code of Conduct. Our Beacon Day Camp program strives to meet the needs of all of our children without ignoring the demands of any one individual within the boundaries of set guidelines and rules. The Beacon school-age child development programs have established rules, consequences and a zero-tolerance policy for specific behaviors. The Beacon reserves the right to suspend or expel a child immediately following the violation of the zero-tolerance guideline. Beacon rules. Keep hands, feet, body, and objects to yourself. Show respect to staff, others' health. Speak for yourself, not others. Do not willfully destroy Beacon property. Do not go anywhere without a Beacon staff person. Always clean up after activities. Have fun. Discipline process. Beacon consequences. Verbal warning. Redirection to another activity. Time away without activities. Parent notification at pickup time. Meeting with parent and behavior contract created. Notice of suspension. Notice of suspension. Conference with program director parent camper. Removal. Due to the seriousness of behavior, any step can be taken at any time. Zero tolerance. Inflicting physical harm on another individual. Verbal threat that may cause physical harm to another individual. Verbal threat that may destroy property. Possession of a weapon, controlled substance, or alcohol. Use of foul language. Inappropriate touching of another individual. Camper does not stay within the boundaries of the camp. Meals. Summarizing sites will provide 3 meals per day. Proposed meal schedules blocks. Breakfast -8. Breakfast -8 a.m. -10:30 a.m. Lunch -11 a.m. -1:15 p.m. Snacks -2:30 p.m. -3:30 p.m. If your child has dietary restrictions, please provide them with lunch and a letter stating your child's camp schedules. Camp operating days and hours. Camp hours. Camp starts Monday, July the 6th, 2021 and ends Friday, August the 20th, 2021. Camp hours, 8 a.m.-4:00 p.m. Participants must attend morning-afternoon recreational portion. A typical day at camp. Each day at camp offers new opportunities and experiences, but will follow similar schedules day to day. Campers participate in a variety of activities every day that include game room, arts and crafts, games, arts and crafts, games, songs, music and drama, character development, transitional activities, special events, communication. Communicating with Beacon Camp staff. Exchange of information between parents and staff provides insights for both that you inform us of changes happening in your family. Changes at home include moving, hospitalization of a sibling or parent, altercations in the parent relationship, etc. These influence the way in which your child relates to others. Staff members can better provide for a child's needs if they are aware of the situation. We will keep this information confidential and only use it to better provide for your child. Contacting your child at camp. Please do not call to speak to your child unless it is an emergency. If your child is experiencing problems, we will call you immediately. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the camp at any time. Parent communication. If at any time throughout the day you need to reach us, you can call us at 212,795-9511. For any comments, questions, or time sensitive, you can reach us by email at bmata@acb.org. Detailed information to the program director if custody situations arise. People whose behavior and/or health status pose an immediate threat or danger to the health and safety of the camper must not be present when campers are in care. Do not confront any camper in a threatening manner. Do not confront campers from other families. Using profanity in the presence of a child is prohibited and against the law. Report concerns to the camp director. In the event of threatening behavior towards a beacon staff member or child, 911 will be called. Consumption and/or possession of alcohol in any form are strictly prohibited by the beacon. Controlled substances medications must be accompanied by a written doctor's prescription when used during day camp, during transportation, or on field trips. The influence of or impaired by alcohol or controlled substances in the presence of the day campers and staff. Day camp program. During transportation on field trips, children will not be released to parents, guardians, or other authorized adults while on the trip. People must not smoke, use tobacco products, e-cigs, or vape pens at the beacon, on the premises, on the playground, in transportation vehicles or during field trips. Consequences of parent misbehavior regarding the adult code of conduct listed above. Any parent misbehavior will result in the camp director's decision range verbal warning to the maximum penalty being parent removal from the building or the camper's removal from the program. Mode of transportation. Campers will use them to services of train. Bus companies will be provided for outside of city trips. Walking. All precautions will be taken to prevent serious health risks to all campers. If a minor injury, first aid will be administered at the camp location by the camp staff. The following procedures will be followed. First aid will be provided, and the incident recorded in the camp incident report. The child will be periodically observed after the first aid has been applied. In the event of a medical emergency, the child will be taken to the nearest hospital for any necessary treatment. If a camper needs to be transported to the hospital and a parent has not arrived, a staff member will accompany the child to the Presbyterian Hospital, West 160 Broadway, New York, NY 10322121305-6204. Summer Camp Program Rules. Participants must listen and respect their head counselors, youth counselors, tutors, and volunteers and all members of the beacon staff at all times. To arrive on time. Participants who arrive after the designated cut-off time without a valid written excuse will not be allowed to enter the summer day camp program. Participants must attend at least 3 times a week to be considered active. Campers will not yell, scream, kick, hit, teases. Campers will not yell, scream, kick, hit, teases, bite or threaten any of the other participants or staff. Campers will respect the beacon property and return all games and equipment at the end of the day in good condition. There will be no play fighting allowed. Fights are ground for an immediate 1-day suspension from the team, and your child will be expelled from the day camp program. There is no loitering allowed in the building or surrounding area once the program has ended. Participants may not leave their group unattended. Children cannot leave the program early unless the center has received prior written consent from the parent or guardian. All participants must clean up after themselves after meals and all activities. No iPods, video games, trading cards, toys, large amounts of money or jewelry should be brought into the summer day camp program. No eating or drinking in the classrooms. There is no gum chewing or sunflower seed eating allowed anywhere in the Beacon Center. If a participant disobeys these rules, it will be understood that he/she may be dismissed from the day camp program. Health issues. If your child does not feel well, please do not send them to camp. While it may interfere with your plans for the day campers. Please note, when your child has a fever or vomiting diarrhea, please make sure they remain at home 24 hours after their temperature and symptoms return to normal. We may require a physician's release for any medical or health issues. Your child will not be allowed to attend camp if he/she has. Conjunctivitis. A chronic runny nose with colored discharge. A chronic cough. A fever, or knowledge that child has had a fever in the past 24 hours. An open rash. Show evidence of lice, scabies or acidic infections. Vomiting, upset stomach. Diarrhea. If your child falls ill while at camp, we will separate her and notify you immediately. If you cannot be reached, we will call the emergency contacts listed on your form. You or one of your emergency contacts will need to pick the child